Welcome back. As you know, I am Eli, the computer guy, here for your daily dose of the roars as we scream about the stupid stuff that is going on in the world of technology. Somebody said in the comment section that every time they see a video of mine that's complaining about the world of technology, that isn't saying things that are happy about technology, he's gonna call me a dork. And I responded, be prepared to get carpal tunnel syndrome, motherfucker. It's not my fault. Our industry has gone so bat crap insane. Anyways, I do these videos in order to support silicondojo.com, free hands-on technology education in Durham, North Carolina. We have a class coming up on computer vision using the Moon Dream AI model. We have another class coming up on pushing AI to the edge. If you're interested, take a look at our schedule at silicondojo.com. And if you want to support free technology education, there's a donor box link down below. And you know the thing I was thinking about the technology world just the other day, I was looking at my wife and I said, you know what we need more out of big tech? Advertising. That's what we need more. In 2025, I think we can all agree we kind of miss the advertising we used to have. And actually, as I say that, I truly actually mean this. But in a different type of way. Like, what's weird is we have had to give up all of our privacy for artificial intelligence so that they can do things like provide us better recommendation engines, right? We're told you give up your privacy so that you can get things like better ads. The funny thing that I find, and I've talked about this for a while, is back when I started my tech career, right? Before we had iPhones and all that kind of stuff, right? I'd have to travel a lot, fly all over the country. And so whenever I hop on an airplane or whatever else, I used to like to get The Economist. I was one of those 20-something-year-olds. I'm a computer technician and I read The Economist. Well, here's a funny thing, right? Economist is just a fucking piece of paper, right? They print millions of them, put them out there, you buy them for $5 a piece. Anyway, so I would buy The Economist. And you know what I used to do with Economists? I used to see ads in Economists and I'd be like, wow, that looks cool. And I would rip out the page in The Economist and I would put it somewhere so that I could do more research or buy that particular product. Think about this, in an age of zero artificial intelligence and zero customization and one size fits every motherfucker on the planet, the ads were still good enough. Almost every time I bought a copy of The Economist, I would rip out an ad to either buy the product or to learn more about it. And now think about all of the ads you get bombarded with on YouTube. All of the ads you get bombarded with on the web, all of the web ads you get bombarded with everywhere. And think, when was the last time like it even triggered in your head what the hell you were even looking at, right? Isn't that like one of the weird things that's going on right now? It's not even simply the proliferation of ads, right? So Netflix has ads and Amazon Prime has ads and everything. It's not simply the proliferation of ads, but it's also counterintuitively that the ads are absolutely fucking worthless. I do not understand what's going on. So again, I have Amazon Prime. My wife and I watch Ancient Aliens. She watches Ancient Aliens. I drink tea and be with my wife, basically. Anyways, I think it was interesting. It's like I just bought a Jetson Nano. So for these Silicon Dojo classes, I want to do a class on Jetson Nano. It's like an Uber version of a Raspberry Pi designed by NVIDIA, right, for AI projects. But I think one of the interesting things is like last night we're watching Ancient Aliens and the ads come on and there's all these ads for prescription drugs that just neither of us need these prescriptions. And it's not like this is the first time we've seen the ad. Like we've seen these ads like 50 times. There's like these vines are growing around people's stomachs. I feel bad for them. Literally, it's just not an issue for my wife and I. Like every time we see this ad, who the hell cares, right? So many of these ads are going up there. And the interesting part is, right, there has never been an ad for an orange pie. There's never been an ad for an improved version of the Jetson. So there's Jetson Nano, so the Jetson series, and there's Nano. That goes up there from anyways, right? There hasn't been like an ad like, oh, right? I'm sitting there watching Ancient Aliens, and then you show me an ad that's giving a sale on NVIDIA's like robotic brain or whatever. Like that actually fits pretty well. You don't see any of that. I see ads for prescription drugs if you have fucking vines growing out of your stomach or something else, right? And I think that's one of the curious things. So we talk about that or bring this up with Uber now, because apparently Uber's ad business is now a $1.4 billion ad business. So when you think Uber, what do you think? Advertising business, because everything's an advertising business at this point in time. And so this is curious. Uber will let marketers target ads based on users' trip and takeout data. So this is supposed to be anonymized. It's anonymized because we have no systems to de-anonymize data. Don't talk about that. Anyways, so this is supposed to be anonymized data so that they can blast ever more worthless ads at you. Dear Google or Uber or any of these companies, here's all I ask. Just start providing me ads for shit that I'm interested. I buy shit. I really do. It's not like I don't buy things. I just bought a Jetson Nano. I'm thinking about whether to buy an AI Plus hat for my Raspberry Pis. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I actually want to buy and do. I spend money. I'm a good American. Dear advertising companies, all I ask, can you advertise to me more Jetson products and fewer vines around stomach products? Of course not, because I'm missing the point. This has nothing to do with the consumers actually, getting a better experience. Anyways, Uber will begin offering customer data to marketers through a new insights platform called Uber Intelligence. The data will technically be anonymous via the use of a platform called LiveRamp. This will, quote, let advertisers securely combine their customer data with Uber's to help surface insights about their audiences based on what they eat and where they travel. This is going to be one of the interesting things going forward with this whole idea of everybody has their own databases. Everybody has their own data sets. And then how much power, how much value is there when they start correlating these databases and data sets amongst each other? Think about this, right? Uber was supposed to be your car. Like I remember 10 years ago when it wasn't even that Uber was supposed to replace taxis. Uber was supposed to literally replace just your car. You'll no longer own a car again. You'll simply take an Uber around and Uber will sell all of your private information. This is not a dystopian future. Uber is advertising the fact that they are selling all of your information. Anyways, it'll provide a broad view of local consumer trends based on collected data. Uber gives an example of a hotel brand using the technology to identify which restaurants or venues to partner with according to rideshare information. Companies will also be able to use the intelligence platform's insights to directly advertise to customers. That's gonna be a little weird, right? Imagine you're sitting in an Uber or other and advertisements like start popping up. Imagine you're in the car with your wife and advertisements start popping. Why? These are interesting advertisements. Why are these advertisements popping up? Let's see. Business Insider reports it could be used to identify customers who are, quote, heavy business travelers and then plague them with ads in the app or in vehicles during their next trip to the airport. So I don't know if it's Uber. I take Uber and Lyft every once in a while. I do know they now play those fucking ads. Because yeah, when I'm sitting in the back of somebody's Toyota Corolla, the thing that makes that experience so much better is to get ads blasted at me. Quote, that seamlessness is why we're so excited. Edward Wong, global head of measurement at Uber Advertising, told Business Insider, Uber has stated that its ad business is already on track to generate $1.5 billion in revenue this year, and that's before implementing these changes. Let's see here. As for Uber in totality, the company made $44 billion in 2024. So $1.5 billion for this year. I don't know. That's like 4% of their revenue. That's pretty good, which was a jump from $37 billion in 2023. It's also notorious for raising fares, blase, blase, blase. So yeah. So your car or your Uber is going to be selling all of your private information to, any bidder, basically. Any bidder that's willing to swipe a credit card is going to get your stuff. The big thing that I don't understand with this is like we're in this weird advertising world. I've talked about this before. It's like, you know, when they talk about like data is the new oil. Remember before AI was the new oil, data was the new oil, and they really fetishize all of this data, and they're collecting so much information from us. And then there's this whole thing where they have to bombard us with ads. Right? We were trying to get rid of ads. Remember when ads were only on the television and radio? And now ads are on the television. They're on the equivalent of radio. Right, you go to a gas station. I go to fucking gas stations nowadays. I start pouring my gas. Oh my God, they crank at full volume. Don't you want to buy a fried chicken sandwich? It's like, fuck me, dude, I just want to buy some fucking gas. And I think that's one of the interesting things with this whole advertising thing is you go to take a piss and you're getting fucking ads flipping in front of your face. You go to a gas station to buy gas. You're already buying gas. And they gotta fucking put advertisements for other things in front of you. Like everywhere you go nowadays, it's just advertising, 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 advertising. And I just wonder functionally how far this goes. Again, where is the tipping point from pissing people off, like you're already pissing me off, to the point that you actually start destroying your business because you're so fetishizing this particular very, very weird profit center. So yeah, I don't know. Could be interesting for businesses. You know, if you're at a hotel, if you're running a hotel and you start to understand better where people are going from your hotel, like why do they pick this particular hotel versus a different hotel? That might be an interesting thing to look at. Also looking at things like restaurants and that type of thing. If you're actually going to be coming up with deals, but I don't really get deals from hotels anymore. I mean, I remember back in the day, right? Back in the day, you used to walk into a hotel and they used to have like this kind of like display thing. Again, remember when advertising was, one size fits everyone, but it was actually valuable? Like you used to walk into hotels and there'd be these little card things, and it would be like, different amusements to go to, different restaurants, that type of thing, right? So if you were going to use that information to try to put up some better ads or whatever, that would make sense. But I don't see that anymore. When I go to my hotel, the one ad I see is for Grubhub, and that's literally everybody has an ad for Grubhub, and that's fucking it anymore. So even with that, I don't understand, like, where is the value proposition for me, right? So Uber is going to non-consensually rip away my privacy and, provide literally nothing of value for me. Sounds like Silicon Valley in 2025. Silicon Valley, they heard about rape and said, but what about if you did it with a computer? God damn it. Anywho, so what do you think about this? What do you think about Uber basically selling your information so that marketers can target ads towards you? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. What do you think about them already making $1.5 billion off this? They're already making like somewhere between 3 to 5% of their revenue off of this already. Oh, do you remember when technology was about like RSS and latency? Hey, remember the first time you learned how to cluster servers? And it was so exciting. I remember learning how to cluster servers. I wish that was a word of technology nowadays. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. If you like these videos, give us a comment one way or the other. Do remember to do these videos in order to support silicondojo.com, free hands-on technology education in Durham, North Carolina. If you're interested, we're having a class coming up on computer vision, AI computer vision, using a model called Moondream. Coming up next week, we have a class coming up on pushing AI to the edge with Raspberry Pis. A few weeks after that. If you're interested, take a look at silicondojo.com to see what our schedule is. If you want to support these free classes, there's a donor box link down below. And with that, see y'all later.